The styling of the drama begins with our female lead, Shu, and our male lead, Zen, both of whom are present here in a club. Some people here are talking while playing a game among themselves, mentioning that the illegitimate daughter of the Lynn family, one of the top rich families in the city, has arrived, and they are hosting a very grand party for her. They wonder who keeps such a big party for an illegitimate daughter, feeling that the family wants to make a laughingstock of themselves. They discuss that they have heard the girl is very beautiful, but what is the point since she is, after all, the daughter of a mistress? Right then, Shu tells all these boys that they are going to lose to her, and then she defeats everyone one by one, until they admit defeat and say they can no longer play against her. They remark that this girl is incredibly lucky. Shu calls out, asking if there is anyone else who wants to place a bet on winning against her. Then, Zen arrives there, and says that he will play this game. Shu pulls him close and says that her condition is that if he loses, he will be hers. He replies that he is ready for that condition. Then both start playing the card game together. Zen is also playing this game very well, and everyone expects that he is about to win. But in the end, Shu wins, and Zen accepts his defeat. Then all the boys get bored seeing that no one can win against this girl, so they wonder what the point is in watching, and everyone leaves. Shu comes to Zen, and he asks her if she is truly lucky, or if she came prepared beforehand. He is about to look at her card, but Shu quickly stops him, and asks if he is now afraid of fulfilling the condition after losing. He says not at all. He will fulfill his condition, and then he starts kissing her, and both spend a romantic night kissing passionately. After this, Shu leaves immediately. Zen asks if she won't leave her number, to which she replies, "Of course not, once is enough," and saying this she leaves instantly. Just then, Zen picks up her jade pendant and thinks that they will meet again. In the next scene, we see that the Lin family's party has started, and all the guests have arrived. Among them, a friend of the real daughter of the Lin family, Ruhan, is asking her what her parents are thinking by hosting such a grand party for that illegitimate girl. Ruhan says she doesn't know either, wondering what trick that girl used to make her dad host such a big party, but ultimately, since she is a mistress's daughter, she will be called a mistress too. Just then, Shu makes her entry and asks as she arrives, "Who exactly are you calling a mistress?" Upon Shu's arrival, everyone is left staring at her, and they talk amongst themselves that so this is the illegitimate daughter. Ruhan mocks her, saying that she is just a girl from a village, and asks why she is acting so proud. Shu replies that who she is not for Ruhan to decide. Then Ruhan says that her Lin family is so rich and powerful, which is why Shu came in such a hurry to join their family. Shu clarifies that not at all, in fact, her dad himself came to her begging to bring her here, otherwise she wouldn't have come. Then a flashback is shown where Shu's dad goes to pick her up, and tells her that from now on she will live with their Lin family. Shu does not agree and says that he had left her away from him 4 years ago, and now he is asking her to come back. What does that mean? Saying this, she starts to leave, so her dad asks if she doesn't want to meet her real mom now that she is 22 years old. Saying this, he gives her a jade pendant and tells her it belongs to her real mom. With this, the flashback ends. Ruhan is laughing at Shu and saying that no matter what happens, there will be only one daughter of the Lin family, and that is her, not Shu. Shu replies that now that she has come into the Lin family, she will get an identity, status, and the Lin family's property as well. This makes Ruhan angry, and she throws a drink on Shu's clothes, saying that the daughter will be just like the mother. She asks how an illegitimate daughter like her even thought she would get the Lin family's property. She says just as she kicked her out 4 years ago, she will get her kicked out today as well. Saying this, Ruhan is about to raise her hand against Shu, but Shu stops her hand. Just then, everyone in the party starts talking that Mr. Zen has arrived. He is a very wealthy prince. Everyone is left staring at him, and as soon as Shu sees him, she thinks that it is him. As soon as Zen arrives there, Ruhan starts telling him that she had told him about an illegitimate daughter of her family, and this is her. She claims that Shu provoked her, which is why she threw wine on her. Shu says that truly she is an expert at lying. Zen gets angry and shouts at Ruhan that she cannot bully her like this just on the basis of identity, therefore she must apologize to her right this moment. Then Zen gives a handkerchief to Shu and tells her she can go to the room upstairs and change her dress. Shu refuses, so he comes close to her and says it seems she wants everyone to know about their relationship. She pushes him away and says he doesn't need to worry about her, she can solve her own problems. Then, Shu removes her half-dress, the outer part, and everyone is left staring at her dress as she now looks very beautiful. Shu tells Zen that she solved the problem, and he is very impressed, while seeing all this makes Ruhan angry that this girl has become the limelight. She thinks she must teach her a lesson. Just then, Ruhan's brother and another boy arrive, and they suggest playing a card game. Ruhan then tells Shu that she also has to play along, and Shu says yes. Now to humiliate Shu, Ruhan first asks her to flash the cards, because she thinks Shu is from a village and wouldn't know anything. But Shu is an expert in this trick, and does it so well that Ruhan is shocked. Then Ruhan starts placing a bet and says if Shu loses, she will have to drink all the wine kept there. Her brother says this isn't right, but Ruhan doesn't listen, and insists on this condition. Shu accepts, saying it's fine, but if she wins, she also has a condition. Everyone sitting at the table will promise her one thing that she asks of them. Ruhan starts saying this condition isn't right, wondering if she will make them do something illegal. Shu says she is not like her. Zen also agrees with Shu's point. Ruhan thinks let it be, I'll agree, after all, what does this girl know, so how is she going to win? And the main thing is that even if she wins, her mind won't work enough to do something wrong. Instead, Ruhan thinks she will make fun of her, so she agrees to the condition. Finally, Shu had to win this game, and she wins, which makes Ruhan very angry. Shu says that her condition is that right now she must kneel down and apologize to her and her mom. In anger, Ruhan throws a glass at her, but Zen quickly picks Shu up and saves her. Everyone gets scared, and Ruhan also apologizes, saying she didn't want to hit her. Zen is very angry and says that she had placed the bet, and now that she lost the game, she must fulfill the condition, otherwise she will get double punishment, so it's better to apologize right now. Ruhan refuses, saying she won't apologize to this illegitimate girl. Her brother also says that after all she is a girl, so how can she kneel down? Then Shu agrees and says it's fine, don't kneel, just apologize normally. Ruhan still doesn't agree, so her brother pushes her forward, and then she says fine, sorry. Then Shu throws wine on her and says that now their account is settled, and saying this, she leaves. Later, when Shu is standing alone, some of Ruhan's friends come to her and take Ruhan's side, making fun of her, and saying that she shouldn't think of herself as an expert just because she won the card game, because of course she is the daughter of a mistress. Shu gets angry and says that their mouths are very dirty and it seems they need to be cleaned. Then she forcibly makes them drink and pulls their hair, demanding they tell her clearly if Ruhan sent them here. They say yes. Shu says fine, go then, you dogs working for her, go and call your master. Both girls go and tell Ruhan about it, and Shu gets angry, thinking that she was going to let her go earlier, but it seems Ruhan has a habit of provoking her again and again, so now she won't leave her. Then we see Shu mixing some powder in the wine and handing it to a waiter, telling him to go and give it to Miss Ruhan. When Shu turns to leave from there, she sees that Zen has already seen her. She gets scared. But as she is about to leave, Zen stops her and says she has two completely different sides. From the front she acts very innocent, but behind the back, she wants to drug people. He asks if she isn't afraid he will expose her. She says not at all. Zen says, oh, so you are that confident. She says that although she doesn't know him much, she shouldn't be, but because of last night he would of course be happy, so she doesn't think he will tell anyone about this. Then saying this, Shu takes Zen's cigarette and smokes it, and then she leaves. Then we see that the waiter goes and gives that wine to Ruhan, and taking this wine she goes straight to Zen and starts apologizing to him, saying she had no intention of belittling that girl and to forgive her for the mistake she made. Saying this, she offers him wine as an apology. Zen says if she truly wants him to forgive her, she will have to drink this wine herself. Then at Zen's word she immediately drinks the whole wine herself and shows him that she drank it all. But after drinking it, Ruhan's stomach gets upset, and she immediately holds her stomach and goes to the bathroom. Then, smelling the bad odor, everyone starts talking about why she came to the party if her stomach was upset, and having taken such revenge, Shu gets happy. After seeing all this, Zen comes to Shu. She says this is her room, and Mr. Zen has come to the wrong room. He says, Miss Shu, it seems you've forgotten that I just helped you. It was because of me that Ruhan drank that wine, so you should thank me. So tell me, why don't we repeat last night's bet? Shu says she has already completed that, but yes, he has forgotten that she had put a condition on today's card game that everyone at the table would promise her something, so she asks if he is saying yes to that or not. Zen agrees to it, so Shu says then return her pendant to her. Zen pretends not to remember. She says she knows he is the one who took it. Zen says maybe she dropped it in the casino and is now asking him. Shu says fine, then go there and find that pendant and bring it for her. She hopes this is not a difficult task for him. Zen asks why she thinks he would do this work. She says because he lost the bet. Zen straightaway picks her up and takes her to the bed, then comes over her and takes out that card from her clothes which she always uses for cheating and says, tell me, what did you think, that you would cheat me so easily and I wouldn't even know? She says to him, fine, consider this bet cancelled, and she immediately runs out of the room thinking that he had found out she was cheating him, but still, he let her win last night. Shu thinks that truly he is very clever, so she should maintain distance from this man. Thinking this, she quickly leaves from there. On the other side at home, we see Ruhan telling her mom everything while crying about how much she was humiliated at the party. Just then, a maid comes with her party dress and asks what to do with it. Ruhan screams to go and throw it away. She cries to her mom, asking what she will do if Zen starts disliking her because of this. Her mom says not to worry, nothing like that will happen. Now we see Shu arriving there, and she also asks Ruhan in front of her mom if her health is better now. Ruhan starts shouting at her in anger, asking who she is to live here, and saying that after all she is just an illegitimate girl and cannot live with them in their house. Her mom tells her not to say that, but Ruhan says that this girl's mom seduced her dad, so how can she let the daughter of such a woman live in their house? Just then, Dad arrives and starts shouting, asking what kind of things she is saying and that now as a punishment she will stay in her room and he will also cut her pocket money. Ruhan screams, asking how he can take her side, saying she is just his illegitimate daughter. Her dad tells her to shut up and tells Shu to come with him to the study room. Then he shows her the share contract papers and says that these 10% shares are now hers. Shu says she has no interest in his family property, she just wants to know about her own mom. Her dad starts saying that actually her mom doesn't want her to know about her, and she doesn't want to accept her as her own, so he will talk to her someday, find time for her, and introduce her. Shu asks if she doesn't even want to meet her. Her dad says yes. Then Shu sits alone sadly and starts smoking, thinking that if she didn't want to meet her at all, then why did she even give birth to her? Then it is told that when she was 18 years old, this Mr. Lynn and his wife had taken her from the orphanage to their house and told her about her identity. That day was their daughter's birthday party, and that was the first time she had come to their house. Shu asked them so much about her mom but they didn't tell her at all, and then on that very day, they sent her to her hometown and now after 4 years have forcibly brought her back to their house. She thinks what the reason for all this is. Shu decides that if these people won't tell her, she will find out herself. The next day she meets her friend, and her friend is also very happy to meet her. Both then sit and talk. Shu says, Yan, you know how much I need your help. Yan says, of course I know, you want to find out about your mom. But this thing is going to be very difficult, because the Lynn family has very big connections, and it is very easy for them to erase anything. Shu asks if there must be some way. Her friend says, of course there is. Look, so what if the Lynn family is powerful? I know a man even more powerful than them, and I even invited him for dinner because I got a project from the company, and I need to get him to sign the investment project, so you go and get the contract signed for me, and if you ask that man a little, you can find out many things. Shu starts thanking her friend for this and while going for dinner, thinks who that man more powerful than the Lynn family could be. As soon as the door opens, Shu finds out that it is none other than Zen. Then the man from the company immediately starts seating Shu near Zen and says, you were interested in our company, right? So look, this is a beautiful employee of our company, and she is going to deal with the investment with you. Shu then introduces herself and extends her hand for a handshake in front of Zen. He quickly grabs her hand and says, Miss Shu, you forgot me so soon? We met just last night. Then this man asks if they know each other. Shu makes an excuse and quickly pulls her hand away from Zen. Then Zen says, come on, I'm hungry now. Just then, this man hands Shu wine and tells her to toast Mr. Zen. Zen gets very angry that this man wants to force Shu to drink. So he forces that man himself to drink a lot of wine. He quietly starts drinking, for the sake of the deal. And then he offers Zen, Mr. Zen, should I send you to a hotel room with this girl? You can talk about work properly with her there. Shu gets angry upon hearing this, and shouts while throwing the drink in this man's face, asking how dirty his thinking is to say such things. The man says that she came here dressed like this to seduce men, so he was just sending her to do that work. Zen gets angry at this, and shouts at him, how dare you talk to a girl like this in front of me? Now I am not going to do any work with your company. Saying this, Zen comes out in anger. Shu also follows him, and just then a car is about to hit Shu, but Zen quickly saves her and shouts, why aren't you looking where you're going? She asks what he's saying about not signing the contract. He says because he doesn't like the person in charge. She cheated him just yesterday, and if he works with such a person he will suffer a loss. Then Shu clarifies that he doesn't need to fear all that because she has no interest in him. Zen says he isn't convinced, and besides, the matter of the contract is different and the matter between them is different. Shu gets angry at this and says he is talking like that fat man, and she starts hitting him and shouting, and even bites his hand and leaves from there in anger, thinking why she keeps running into him and she can't control her anger in front of him. She wonders what she should do now, and that she will have to find another good opportunity. As soon as Shu reaches home, she hears Ruhan and her mom talking about going to a party. Shu asks if Mr. Zen is also coming to that party. Ruhan says he is, But there's no point in her asking because only Ruhan can go to that party. She got the invitation, not Shu. So she should sit at home, otherwise she will just make a fool of herself. Her mom asks Ruhan how she can talk like that. Ruhan says, "Mom, anyway, I am the real daughter of this family and she is the illegitimate daughter. Therefore, only I will go alone to this party, she won't go." Saying this, Ruhan goes to her room. Then her mom starts explaining to Shu that she is just a bit spoiled, so not to get angry at her words. Shu says fine. Then when a maid is going to throw away a fruit, Shu finds out that actually Ruhan is allergic to that fruit. Hearing this, Shu gets a good idea to stop Ruhan from going to the party. The next morning when Ruhan wakes up, she has an allergy on her face, and her whole face is swollen. So she comes to her brother crying about what happened and how she will go to the party now. Her brother says now only Shu will have to go to the party in her place, as there is no other option. Shu becomes very happy, and remembers how last night she had spilled the juice of that fruit on the bed, which caused the allergy. When Shu reaches the party with this brother, he starts explaining to her, "You remember, right, that my younger sister Ruhan likes Zen, so don't even think about going after him." She says, "Of course, I have no interest in him," and she thinks to herself that she just needs to find some clues about her mom from him and nothing else. Just then, Zen gestures to her from above, and Shu gets happy seeing him, thinking she found the one she was looking for. Shu follows Zen and reaches him, helps him light his cigarette with a lighter, and says, "Forgive me for getting angry at you last time, and here, think about signing the contract with my company." Zen immediately grabs her and asks, "What happened? Are you ready to be my lover?" Shu says, "Not at all, I'm just talking about the deal and nothing else." Just then, Zen sees rashes on her back and asks if the Lynn family is bothering her. She says it's an allergy mark. Just then, Zen accidentally opens her zip and Shu's half-dress comes off. He immediately covers her with his coat and says, "Wait, I'll order a new dress for you right now, and meanwhile let's talk about this deal." Shu understands that he has agreed to sign this contract paper, but then she sees that he forgot his stamp/badge. So Zen takes a mark from her lipstick, and then puts his fingerprint. Then Shu takes the opportunity to ask him if he knows anything about the Lin family, as she is actually looking for someone. In the meantime, Shu's brother reaches outside the room, and starts calling out to ask if someone is inside. Shu immediately tells Zen to leave, and after this, a waitress brings a dress for her, and after wearing it, Shu sends a thank you message to Zen. In the next scene, Zen's friend comes to him and asks, "I heard today you bought a dress from a designer, how so? Are you dating a girl?" Zen doesn't tell him anything about it. The next day we see Zen has come to a party, and then through his friend he finds out that Shu has also come here with her friend and she is dancing with male models. Zen gets jealous seeing Shu with other boys and immediately grabs her and brings her inside. Shu is telling him to let her go, but he doesn't listen. In the meantime, Ruhan reaches there and starts shouting at Shu that she has again come to seduce Zen. Zen tells her that he is the one who brought her here, so does she have a problem with that? She says, "You know well that I don't like her, so why did you bring her here now?" Shu says if there's a problem with her, fine, she'll leave. But Zen stops her and says if she has a problem with Shu and tells her to leave, then he will leave too. Hearing this, Ruhan agrees to let Shu stay and says, "I specially invited you here, so you can't go." Then she sits with them and suggests playing a game. They start playing a game, in which Shu has to eat a strawberry stick together with Zen. Shu accepts the challenge and eats the stick with Zen, and they kiss, which makes Ruhan very jealous. Then a waitress brings wine and accidentally spills it on Ruhan's clothes. Ruhan starts teaching the waitress a lesson in anger, and first tries to forcibly make her drink wine. Shu cannot tolerate this, and shouts, "What are you doing?" Then Ruhan pours wine on the waitress's face too and says she will harass her as she spoiled her dress. In great anger, Shu picks up the wine and says, "You are very fond of making people drink, right? Now you drink it yourself." Seeing Shu doing this, Zen's friend says she looks so innocent, but look at her actions, they are completely different. Zen starts praising her, saying she is a very strong girl and no one can just bully her like that. Shu leaves from there, and Ruhan is shouting at her in anger. Zen shouts at Ruhan that since she created the problem, she will get the punishment, and saying this, he also leaves. We see Shu walking alone in the middle of the road, holding her sandals in her hand and being very angry, thinking that if someone belongs to a good family background, it doesn't mean they can bully others like this, and that Zen and the other two boys weren't saying anything either, so they must all be the same kind of people. It doesn't matter to them at all, they are truly bad people. She thinks it's good she came away from there, and the further she stays from such people, the better it will be. Then Zen stops his car and tells Shu to get in, and he will drop her home. But Shu doesn't agree and says she can go herself. Zen quickly gets out of the car, picks Shu up, and puts her in his car. She screams that she doesn't want to have any contact with a person like him. Zen says if she doesn't keep contact with him herself, he will involve himself with her. At this, Shu gets more angry, asking if he doesn't understand her. Then Zen starts forcibly kissing her. Shu bites his lip and pushes him away. Just then, Zen gets a call from his assistant who tells him, "Boss, I looked into the information about that waitress you gave me, and I have sent her resume to our company." After hearing this, Shu thinks that he has gotten that waitress a job in his company, so he is not like those people but is actually quite good. She had truly misunderstood him. Then Zen says to her, "Now that you misunderstood me, you should kiss me back." Saying this, he kisses her. After this, he goes to drop her outside her house. Shu says, "Leave me right here, and go from here." He says, "Oh, so you want to hide that from the Lynn family?" Shu says she doesn't want his name to be associated with her, that he has such a relationship with the illegitimate daughter of the Lynn family, so that his image doesn't get ruined. He says he doesn't care about this thing, and tells her to think of herself first, how to protect herself and not to get hurt by anything. Shu says fine, she understands, and as she goes from there, she thinks that today she hit Ruhan, so surely she must be creating a scene at home now. As soon as Shu comes home, Ruhan sees her and starts shouting again, telling her mom, "Mom, look at the state of my cheek, how much she hit me." Then Ruhan's mom says she shouldn't have hit her like that. Shu says, "You have spoiled her, so I was just teaching her to respect people." Then mom says, "Till today even we haven't hit her." Ruhan also says, "Mom, how can she hit me? Therefore, you help me take revenge on her." Then Ruhan's mom tells Shu she shouldn't have hit Ruhan like that, so she must apologize to her now. Shu says she won't. Ruhan asks, "Who are you to have your way here? Either apologize or get out of our house." Shu says she will leave, just tell her about her mom, then she will never come in front of them again. Ruhan says she is making excuses to stay here. Just then, Dad arrives home. Ruhan tells him, "Dad, look how much she hit me." Then Dad asks Shu if she hit her. Shu says yes. Then her dad straight away slaps her and asks how she can hit her sister, no matter what mistake she might have made. Then Ruhan's mom takes Shu's side and says he shouldn't have hit the girl. Shu distances herself from them and says she also has no interest in staying here, and if they don't want her to do this again, then tell her about her mom, she will leave from here and live her life. Then Ruhan's mom asks why she keeps talking about leaving the house again and again. Shu says she is not just talking now, but is actually leaving today. She doesn't want any connection with their Lynn family. Just then, Grandpa arrives home and tells Shu that no one can kick her out of this house. Ruhan asks him why he is taking this girl's side, reminding him she hit her. But Grandpa shouts at Ruhan instead, and says she must have done something wrong, and tells her not to talk about kicking Shu out again, and to apologize to Shu right now. Ruhan screams, "How can you make me apologize to this illegitimate girl?" Then Grandpa slaps her and tells her again to say sorry. Ruhan has to say sorry to Shu because of Grandpa. Then Grandpa explains to Shu that she will stay right here, and no one can kick her out. Saying this, he tells her dad to come to the study room to talk to him. Shu is left wondering why Grandpa is treating her quite differently. Grandpa talks to his son, saying, "You brought Shu home and didn't even tell me, and you were taking Ruhan's side against her. After all, Shu is our family's blood." Shu's dad says, "Dad, to protect our daughter I have to do all this." Just then, Shu is leaving the house. Her brother stops her, asking where she is going. Ruhan says, "Let her go, anyway, I don't even want to see her now." Shu says, "Yes, I also have no desire to wander in front of you," and saying this, Shu goes out in anger. She sits in the middle of the road upset and remembers old things. How girls in her college used to bully her saying she is just an illegitimate daughter of the Lynn family. Shu sees at home that her dad is preferring that daughter of his, and is not even looking at her. Shu is crying in the middle of the road when Zen arrives with an umbrella. She asks if he hasn't gone yet. Zen says, "I have come here to take my homeless cat home," and saying this, he offers his hand. Shu takes it. After this, Zen brings her to his house and gives her his slippers, saying there are no ladies' ones here, so manage with these. Shu says why doesn't she go to her friend's house? Zen says she is acting as if she has never slept at his house before, so what's the drama now? Then he helps her take off her shoes and put on slippers. Both sit together, and Zen tells her to go take a shower, and then go to the bedroom and sleep. As Shu is going, she falls near Zen. He says, "Oh, so you couldn't wait to come to me." She says she slipped and fell by mistake. Just then, Zen sees the injury mark on her cheek, and asks who hit her. At first Shu doesn't tell him, but later she reveals that her dad hit her. He gets more angry, asking how he can hit her. He says even if he is her dad, so what? He hasn't even raised her, so how can he control her? And hitting is a far-off thing. Then he immediately tells her to wait, and goes to get ice for her. Shu is left staring in shock and thinks that everyone here makes fun of her being an illegitimate daughter, and even her dad doesn't like her. But only Zen is there who treats her so well, even after knowing her identity. Zen brings ice and rubs it on Shu's cheek, and explains to her that she doesn't need to pretend to be strong anymore, and then both start kissing again. The next morning when Shu wakes up, she gets a call from her dad who tells her if she truly wants to know about her mom, then come home. Shu agrees. After that, as soon as she reaches back home, Ruhan is with Grandpa, and she starts shouting at Shu, asking why she is smiling so much and why she came back to their house. Shu, instead of fighting with Ruhan, directly tells Grandpa that Dad told her he is going to take her to some Joe family party. Grandpa says Shu is such a good girl. Then Ruhan's mom says her dress and jewelry etc. are ready and to go get ready. Shu goes to get ready, and here Ruhan is getting angry, so her mom explains to her. Then Ruhan's mom even puts a necklace on Shu and gets her ready. Seeing this makes Ruhan very jealous, thinking that even if she is not being allowed to go, she will still go. When Shu reaches the party with Grandpa, everyone is left staring at her and talks amongst themselves that, so this is the Lynn family's daughter. Then Grandpa introduces her to the grandpa of the Joe family, who gets happy upon seeing Shu, saying the granddaughter of the Lynn family is so beautiful and good. Then he sends her to play the piano. When Shu is playing the piano, Zen is also watching her, and after playing the piano, everyone praises her. Just then, the grandson of the Joe family also arrives and praises Shu, saying the granddaughter of the Lynn family turned out to be so beautiful and so talented at the piano. Then his grandpa shouts at him, asking where he was for so long. He says he has come now, and besides, he saw such a beautiful girl playing the piano. Then this Joe tries to flirt with Shu. Zen, in jealousy, spills wine on him and steps on his foot, saying sorry, I did it by mistake. This makes Joe angry, and he starts fighting with him intentionally. Zen gives a good reply, saying he is not afraid of his family. Then Zen's friend comes in between to handle the matter, saying they have come to the Joe family's party so not to create any scenes. Zen says he will do whatever he wants. Then his friend goes to Shu and explains to her to stay away from that Joe, because he is a very big playboy. Then Shu's grandpa and that Joe's grandpa both are going to talk about fixing the marriage between them. Shu immediately makes an excuse of going to the washroom and leaves. Suddenly a glass falls in front of her, and Zen quickly comes to save Shu and picks her up immediately because Shu is unable to walk. He takes Shu away immediately, making Joe's grandpa shocked, and he asks Shu's grandpa, what's going on? He says nothing, she got an injury on her foot so he just picked her up and took her. Shu is shouting at Zen, asking what he is doing, and what was the need to pick her up in front of everyone. He immediately sits her on the bed and starts applying medicine to the injury on her foot, telling her not to move. He says it will sting, only then will her foot get better. Shu explains to him that she didn't know her grandpa brought her here for a blind date with Joe's grandson. He says, oh, that's why you came so well dressed wearing these heels, right? Shu gets angry, saying if he doesn't want to believe her, then don't. He says let him apply the medicine. Then Shu starts teasing him and asks if he doesn't think he takes a bit too much interest in her. She asks if he does this with all girls or if this is his first time. Zen asks how she would know about his experience. Then Shu explains to him that anyway, since he belongs to such a rich family, he should marry a girl from a noble family, so it would be better if he stays away from her because she is just an illegitimate daughter. Zen explains that he likes only her, that she is quite different and wild. Shu stops him, saying everyone outside is waiting for her, and she immediately leaves from there. On her way, she meets Joe, who tries to seduce her again and says that anyway their marriage is going to happen, so what would happen if they went to a hotel room together? Shu immediately clarifies that she doesn't even know him, so marriage is a far-off thing, and how can he even say such things? He still tries to touch her, so Shu immediately scares him with a knife, saying if he even comes near her, he will die at her hands, so he gets scared and backs off and Shu leaves. But then we see Ruhan coming to Joe and telling him that she is the illegitimate daughter of her family, and she wants to remove her from the way, so let her set her up with him. It will be his benefit too. Joe gets very happy. Then we see that when Shu is at the party, a waiter intentionally spills a drink on her clothes, so Shu goes to some room upstairs to change her dress, and after sending her into the room, he gives the card to Joe. But as soon as Shu comes into the room, she sees that Zen is already there. He quiets her and tells her that there is a plan behind sending her here. Just then, Joe enters the room using the card, and Shu is already hidden inside. Zen tells him, "What happened? You think I'm interested in you? Since you followed me to my hotel room, look. Let me tell you that I'm not interested in boys, and if you are that type, I'll introduce you to some other boy." Joe says to stop the nonsense, that he is a straight guy, and he immediately leaves from there. Then Shu comes to Zen and asks him how he found out that all this was gonna happen. He says he saw her sister Ruhan there, she was talking and planning with Joe. Then Shu makes a plan with him about what they should do next. On the other side, we see Ruhan giving money to that waiter for doing a good job, and then she thinks that now she just has to arrange the audience. Then one of her men goes and tells everyone that Shu has gone into a hotel room with Joe. So all these people go to see, but Shu is already outside, and she comes and asks, "Who are you going to see?" As soon as these people reach inside the room, they see Joe under the influence of drugs, acting like a madman alone. Everyone humiliates him for being so perverted that he was imagining all these things in the name of his would-be fiancé. Then Zen exposes Ruhan by showing Joe's grandpa photos of her and that waiter, showing how she was planning with him, and because of her his grandson got drugged and was humiliated in front of everyone. Joe's grandpa then shouts at Ruhan's grandpa to see what his granddaughter has done. After going home, grandpa shouts at Ruhan a lot and starts hitting her with a stick for bringing humiliation to the family. Her mom and dad quickly start calming grandpa down, telling him not to think about this but to think about fixing the marriage between the Lynn and Joe families now. And they suggest to grandpa that the marriage of Shu and Joe should be fixed. But Shu flatly refuses to do this marriage. Ruhan says she should be happy that in the name of their family her marriage is going to happen in such a good house. Shu refuses and says if she likes it so much, why doesn't she get married herself? Why is she telling her? Her mom says she is still young. Shu says she is not young, she is the same age as her. Then dad explains that after all she is a member of their family and the other children will also marry according to the family's wishes, so she will have to do the same. Shu says he has raised them so he can control them, but not her, and to stop expecting all these things from her she is not going to listen to them. Saying this, Shu leaves. Then Ruhan screams, "See, I told you already that this girl doesn't consider our family her own." On the way when Shu is leaving from there, the Lin family's guards come to catch her and stop her. But just then, Zen comes to save Shu, throws his coat, and starts fighting with them all. At home, we see Ruhan's brother telling his mom and dad for Shu that after all, when she doesn't want to marry, why are they forcing her? Then mom explains that this marriage is very necessary, otherwise their family will suffer a loss, and if Shu doesn't do this marriage, then Ruhan will have to be married to that man, but Ruhan is not that clever, so how will she be able to manage? Then he says to leave it to him, he will bring Shu to the dinner party with the Joe family tomorrow. As soon as Shu reaches there and sees all of them, she says she didn't expect this from him, she thought he wouldn't be joined with these people. Then Shu sits there for a bit to break this marriage and tries to humiliate Joe's mom, etc., but still these people are talking about fixing the marriage again. Shu goes outside from there and is sitting in the middle of the road crying, remembering her mom. Then Zen comes and gives her a tissue. She asks what he is doing here and says this can't be a big coincidence that he came here too. Zen says yes, he has come here for her. Shu asks, where am I that special? Then he shows her her necklace. Shu recognizes it as soon as she sees it and remembers flashback things. In reality, when she was 18 and her dad had brought her home for the very first time and told her about her identity, that day Ruhan's birthday party was going on. But no one was paying any attention to the poor girl, and they were busy in their party. So she was just looking at a cake and taking a photo of it and being happy. But intentionally Ruhan, out of spite, injured herself and humiliated her, and got her scolded by her mom and dad too. Then poor Shu was left alone, and she was celebrating her birthday by cutting this cake and putting a candle in it. Zen was standing aside watching all this. He also came to Shu and thought that a false accusation was put on her. Then she made him taste her birthday cake, and said it's not bad, he should also try eating it. The flashback ends, and Shu says to Zen, so you have known me for so long, and so you were the one helping me all this time. She starts telling him everything and asks if he likes her. Zen admits everything, and tells her that he had started liking her since then, and did so much for her to help her. Then both kiss here, and spend the night together. The next morning when Shu wakes up, she finds her jade pendant there. Zen says, did you finally find it? Shu says, so you were lying to me, you know this is a token from my mom. Then Shu starts getting upset because of her mom, wondering why her mom doesn't want to see her. Zen explains to her that the thing she is getting so upset about, why doesn't she just stop thinking about it? Shu says yes, he's right. After this, Shu finds out that her friend is being framed in a false legal case, and the police are taking her away to arrest her. Shu finds out that her dad is behind all this because he is forcing her to marry Joe. So Shu calls Zen for help and asks him to save her friend. He says not to worry, he will handle it. When Shu goes to some company for work, she again meets Joe here who tries to trouble her, but Zen quickly comes and supports Shu and tells him that she is his girlfriend, so he should stay away from her, otherwise he won't leave him. Joe runs away in fear, and now Shu and Zen are roaming around admitting their relationship in front of everyone. Because of Zen, Shu also wins in the project's building, and also her friend comes back after being released from jail and thanks her. In the next scene, Ruhan has invited Zen to her house for a party. He has come here, and when Shu and he are together in the room, Ruhan hears their voice from outside. and then she finds out that these two are truly in a relationship. She gets very spiteful of Shu, and to take revenge, she pushes her from the stairs. As Shu falls from the stairs, she gets injured and becomes unconscious. Zen immediately takes her to the hospital, and he grabs Ruhan's throat and shouts at her, asking how she had the nerve to try and kill Shu. She is still not admitting her mistake, and her brother separates them, saying he cannot touch her like that. As soon as Shu regains consciousness, Zen immediately reaches her and gets happy that she is fine. She says, "Look, I'm perfectly fine, so don't worry." Then Shu gets suspicious after seeing her report that her blood group doesn't match at all. She thinks if she doesn't belong to this family at all. Zen also gets suspicious of this. So Shu asks him to help get a DNA test report. After this, as soon as Shu reaches her home, she hears her dad and Ruhan's mom talking among themselves, and she finds out that they are actually not Ruhan's mom and dad but are her own mom and dad. And Ruhan is actually their illegitimate daughter, not her. And these people had kept this fact hidden from her since childhood. As soon as they see that Shu has heard their talk, her mom immediately starts explaining to her that they were not doing it intentionally, but that when she was little, there was a threat to their family's life. So to protect their daughter, they kept her away from them, and then their family needed to make a connection with the Zhou family, which is why they were getting her married there. Shu feels very bad that they were truly just using her, whether they were the real mom and dad or not. Just then, Zen also arrives to support Shu, and he, along with her, shouts at her dad that no matter what happens, he doesn't have the right to use his daughter like this. Zen, supporting Shu, says that she doesn't need a family like theirs anymore, she has him. And then after bringing her outside, he asks her to spend her whole life with him. Shu immediately agrees to accept him as her husband. Both then kiss and leave in the car. Seeing all this, Ruhan is very angry. And then she, along with Zhou, makes a plan to kill Shu. But then all the family members reach there. Then Ruhan, putting a knife to Shu's throat, starts shouting at her family, asking why she should listen to them, saying she is now their illegitimate daughter and this is the biological daughter, so what will they even do for her? Then Zen is also there to save Shu, and he pulls Shu towards himself. Ruhan says that now she has no option, and she kills herself. Finally, we see that everything has become fine between Shu and Zen, and they spend a good time and finally get married, and with this, the happy ending of this drama takes place here.